So here we're on part of the Noble Oaks area, and in this area there's lots and lots of oak trees. These are the Oregon white oak, native to this area, and that was the common oak our tribes of this region used. The acorns to be gathered, and some of them, the acorns are just starting now, and they'll be growing through the summer, and then in the fall time is the time to gather the acorns. And different ways our tribes would prepare them. A lot of times too, as you can see, that like here there's tall grasses and stuff, and ideally what would happen that these areas would be burned maybe before the gathering of the acorns, and then you let the first bunch drop, and usually that first bunch that drop usually has insects in them, the little grubs and things, so you kind of just don't gather those ones yet, but wait till a little later, and then as the second bunch kind of drops, those ones will be in a lot better shape, and those are gathered. The tribes had different ways of preparing them, such as drying them in the sun maybe. Sometimes they would store them by springs, and they liked a certain type of blue mud, they often called it, and they would store them in baskets and then store them by those springs, and during that process it would leach out the bitter taste. If you try to eat an acorn raw, you know it's very, very bitter due to the tannin in them. And so our tribes had different methods of removing that tannin, and one way was by storing them by the creeks and streams and stuff, burying them there. At Salvi's Island, they found old areas where the tidewater influence and the springs and stuff, and they had them buried there in caches, and they were stored there, and over that period of time of storing, it would leach out that bitter taste. And then if we go to our southern tribes, and a lot of times they would ground them up first, make them into flour, and then pour water, the process of pouring water on them to leach out that bitter taste. And we'll be doing some of that this year, so we'll have some video of that process.